So welcome to another video. Today I'm doing something super exciting that I wanted to talk about since way before I started YouTube. This was always something that I was wanting to talk about. I thought this was gonna be my first video. It did not end up being my first video, but I'm finally getting around to it now, and that is to talk about my skin. So if you want to hear about how I cleared up acne I had on my face, and then keep watching. Okay, first off, today I'm not wearing any face makeup. I pretty much never do. I am wearing some concealer under here, eyebrows, you know, mascara. I've actually been using the Bourjois Healthy Mix as a concealer because it matches my skin really well, and then it doesn't like really look like I have concealer on. But I'm using that for concealer, and then I have Tarte Lights Camera Lashes for my eyelashes, mascara, and the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in Honey for my lips. But otherwise it's bare. I rarely will wear foundation. Every once in a while I'll just feel a little extra and I'll put it on even though I don't think I need it, and I'm totally comfortable without it. And that is thanks to a few products that I'm going to talk about today. But first, let's go back to my skin before, when it was bad. It started, oh man, I don't know exactly when my skin decided to break out. It was maybe like 6 years ago now. Up until this point, my skin was generally pretty normal. I would get some bumps on my chin, and then every once in a while maybe like something somewhere, but mostly it was just my chin and my forehead. I would always get stuff on my forehead and my chin. That was it. Then one day, all of a sudden, I got this breakout on this side of my face, just one side of my face, and I'm gonna insert photos coming up here. They are kind of I don't know, it's acne. If you don't want to see it, then you can skip it. But yeah, it all of a sudden I started breaking out here. And at first it was just like looked like clogged pores, and it was all bumps. I had no idea what it was, and I started trying stuff. And at this point, this was when my skincare it wasn't like reacting to something, because at this point I was just using like basic whatever. I didn't have a routine. It was just wash my face, and that was pretty much it. So my face started breaking out, and I started getting really bad bumps, and I struggled with that for quite a few years. And I pretty much tried everything for it. I watched a lot of YouTube videos and got a lot of recommendations for different products. Nothing. Salicylic acids didn't work for me. The other one, benzoyl peroxide, didn't do anything for me. I even went to a dermatologist and they prescribed tretinoin cream. And that, I mean, so the thing is, most skincare takes time to work, and sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. But at the worst that my skin was, I hated it, because even though I knew it just made me, I just hated seeing it. And I was scared that I would never be able to get rid of it, because everything that I did just seemed to make it worse. And I know that if I'd stuck through to with some of these products, maybe they would have helped eventually. But when you look at yourself and you see this thing, and you just, it makes you uncomfortable, and it just made me feel like I mean, this also didn't help that I have anxiety, and you know, having it on my skin, and I get that feeling of like, I need to get this off my face. Like I don't know what to do. Will I ever be able to? So nothing worked. So here I'm gonna insert some photos of my skin at its worst. And it's kind of crazy to look at it now and seeing how bad it was. Thankfully, for most of the time that I had the acne, it was just like flesh colored bumps. So it wasn't super noticeable, but then it started getting worse and it would start getting really red, and I had a few, maybe it was like 3 big breakouts that, well, one of them, actually 2 of them have left scars. One of them's kind of a deep hole, which I still haven't been able to get rid of. And obviously, like right after washing my face and everything, when the redness would flare up, it'd look the worst. But that's how it was. And now I'm here today. There's my face here. And hopefully you can see how clear that is. I don't know how well that'll focus. So I turned down the brightness so you can see the spot a little better. It does, the redness does flare up a little bit. Hopefully it's still focus. The redness does flare up a little bit sometimes, and I will still get breakouts every once in a while. And there's like, I don't know if you can see the little hole there. Yeah, that's the little scar that the biggest bump I had did. But that's the side that had the acne. And then, you know, my chin, I just get little breakouts every once in a while. I have one over here. I don't really know what that came from. Anyway, so that is where my face is at now. And I know that was like a really long description, you know, talking about my skin, but it's just kind of to help you know what happened to my skin. And I mean, I still don't know what it was exactly. I do not know what caused it, but I do know what cleared it finally. And I mean, I tried everything, and I'm not saying this is gonna 100% work for you, obviously, but I'm gonna tell you this is a good option to try because maybe it will work for you like it did for me. So the product that finally cleared my face, so this is the product. It is the Avene Cleanance Expert, which I just found out that it's not clearance. I thought it was Clearance Expert. It's cleanance. Cleanance? So I all this time I didn't know its name. Anyway, this is the product. So I first heard about it in Allure magazine a few years ago when they were doing their yearly best of skincare, and then they have a section where it's like new up and coming innovative skincare that's, you know, changing everything. So I read about it and I thought, you know, I want to try that. So I'm going to read you the thing that, like, for me, this was one of the things that kind of got me interested in the product. And I'm going to read this off of the Allure website, the review that they had. For acne-causing bacteria to grow, it needs to eat the triglycerides found in sebum. The chemist created something called diolale, I don't know how to pronounce it. It looks almost exactly like this nasty bacteria's favorite meal, only when the bacteria chomps down on the stuff, it dies. No food, no bacteria growth, no pimples. So that, to me, I was like, ooh, that sounds kind of cool. Like, that sounds interesting and different. I don't know. That's what, you know, that's what they say. The other stuff they have in here is, it's a patent ingredients that kills bacteria. Then they have Express, a patent ingredients that exfoliates, and monolaurin, and also patent ingredients that reduces oil production. While I don't know exactly what the product does, it worked for me. I'll link it below so you can read about it yourself. But oh boy, I love this so much because I literally thought my skin was never gonna get better and it was just gonna get worse or just stay the same forever. And this changed it, and I wanted to talk about this for so long because it's just the greatest thing ever. And hopefully hopefully somebody watching, hopefully somebody watches, but hopefully somebody watches this and maybe tries it out and maybe it helps them as well, because to me, this is just the greatest product ever. And then actually there was a second product now that I want to talk about that has been a recent find that has also been quite amazing. When I got to France in November, my skin was being a little weird and I had a few flare-ups. I had like 2 little bumps that showed up. Actually, it was like 3. And I did a little mini skincare haul and I picked up this roche-posay Cicaplast balm. And this was about €3. When I first tried to film, like I had a skincare haul that I was trying to film. I had mentioned this and I was like, oh, I don't know if it really did anything, but it was right at the start of getting this. And then I read somewhere that it's actually really good for acne because it has antibacterial agents in it. So I decided to start putting it on this area of my face, and it cleared everything up. Like the bumps that I had, you can see now that's, you know, really nice and clear. I feel like it's just made my whole face so much softer and smoother, and I don't know, this has been really nice. And I did it on my chin as well because I sometimes still get little bumps here, and this also got rid of them. So this is another product that I really like a lot. I just got lipstick on it. Oops. But here we go. This is the little tube. This is just like a mini version of it, and this is just the like normal repairing balm. There was one that was like a gel one, and I just decided to go with the plain one because it was the cheapest one, and I'm so glad I bought it. I'm definitely gonna repurchase this. I really like how it makes my skin feel, and I use it on the other side as well for a while, and it kind of like smooths everything out. I feel like my marks have gotten better as well because obviously after the acne I still would get the like little red stuff, and this has been quite helpful with that. So I have been liking that as well, but mostly I recommend this, and then this, and then that's just that's a great shot, right? I know what I'm doing. There we go. These together, these 2 products have just completely changed my life, and I just can't recommend it enough. If you get the chance to try it, I say do it. See if it can help your skin. Hopefully somebody else watches this and it helps. And that is all for me. Hopefully you made it through this terribly long rambly video, and if you liked it, maybe subscribe and like the video, and I will see you next time. Bye.